11 #1 albums, but 0 #1 singles. That's Bruce Springsteen. I'm Phil Yale, and today on Trippin' Up, I'm challenging Tripp Rogers and you, to name 10 of his 12 Hot 100 hits. Think you know the boss? Tripp, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Everybody else, I hope you're ready because we're going to start tripping. Tripp, fire away.
Well, first of all, you're asking somebody who grew up in New Jersey
Yes.
to name Bruce Springsteen songs. Really? Really? Okay, really?
You better get it right.
All right. We will start with his I do believe this is his first hit to chart, and that was Born to Run back in 1975.
Born to Run is not on this list.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. We go to the next album, Prove It All Night.
Prove It All Night is not on the list.
Now, these are songs by Bruce Springsteen. These are not songs written by Bruce Springsteen, correct? Okay.
These are songs performed by Bruce Springsteen.
Continuing, Badlands was his next single.
Not on the top of the Hot 100. This is why I'm enjoying this one, because this is such a paradox, right? He had so many great hits.
Oh yeah, yes, that was. Listen, that was one of the things about Bruce. All right, well, obviously, if you've seen the movie Springsteen Deliver Me from Nowhere, and I have, his first top 5 single was Hungry Heart.
Hungry Heart, Tripp, is on the list. It came in.
I hope so.
Yeah,
it better be.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember from The River if there was anything else that charted, and I don't think so. I think Hungry Heart was the only one. So we move forward to the album that really broke him, which was Born in the USA, and obviously the title track, Born in the USA.
Born in the USA, perhaps one of the most misunderstood songs of all time. People tend to think it's a perfect patriotic song when in essence it's a challenge to the war in Vietnam. That's correct.
First single off the album was Dancing in the Dark, which, of course, the video starred Courtney Cox, who would go on to Friends fame.
Absolutely correct. That was actually his highest charting song. It came in at number 2.
And it was kept out of the #1 position by Prince's Prince, and I can't stand the song. I've always hated the song for it. It was from Purple Rain. It was his first single, and I can't think of it, so I'm sure it'll pop in my head. All right, the album Born in the USA, I've mentioned 2 of the singles so far. I'm on Fire was released from that album.
I'm on Fire is indeed on the list. Absolutely correct.
Glory Days.
Glory Days also on the list. Very good.
Okay. Move forward now to the next Bruce album, which was Bruce Springsteen. It was a solo album for him. Tunnel of Love.
Tunnel of Love is on the list. Very good.
Brilliant Disguise.
Brilliant Disguise. I know it's on the list. Let me get there. It is. That was his 3rd highest charting song.
You go through the few years when he got married to Patty Escalfa and started a family, and again stopped touring with the E Street Band. Lucky Town and Human Touch. Human Touch, I think, is that on the list?
Human Touch. It's just outside. It actually came in as the 13th highest charting song.
And Human Touch, I think it would be the other one, but I don't think that was a big single.
All right, here are the songs you've got so far: Dancing in the Dark, Glory Days, Brilliant Disguise, Hungry Heart. That's 4. I'm on Fire, 5. Born in the USA, 6. Tunnel of Love, 7. And we're just looking for 3 more of his 12 highest top charting songs. He has another one on Born in the USA album.
Okay.
Think Freehold.
Oh, My Hometown.
My Hometown.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that now we're up to 8. Okay. So and I'm going through this chronologically. His release, The Rising. So I want to say The Rising.
It is not on the list.
Well, Streets of Philadelphia, I'm pretty sure was a top 10 hit.
Absolutely. It's on the list. Very good.
I got to think about this because the hits, the singles became few and far between for him.
There was one that was off the live album. It was a cover song.
You got me on that one. I'm drawing a complete blank. And that
War.
would be. Yeah. The War was Edwin Starr.
There was one more off the Born in the USA album. And so far off the album, you've mentioned Dancing in the Dark and Glory Days. You've mentioned My Hometown, I'm on Fire, Born in the USA. There was one more off that album.
That was the album that really sent him into the stratosphere. Oh boy, I really, I'm drawing a blank on that one. I really am.
Cover Me.
It figures. It figures.
Cover.
You realize everybody who's watching this right now is going, they know the answer. I get emails from people saying, "How did you not know that?" Well, sorry.
All right. So you did really good on this. You should be in a New Jersey boy. Here are some that were just outside of the list. I'm going down.
And that was from Born in the USA too.
One Step Up off a Tunnel of Love.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
That's the one that's got that great cover by Kenny Chesney. Does a great cover of that. Better Days off of Lucky Town, and then
that was. And I couldn't remember. I knew there was another single off of Lucky Town. I couldn't remember what the name of it was.
And then Secret Garden.
Oh yeah, that was great. So two things I'll mention. If you have not seen the movie Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere. If you're a Springsteen fan, I would recommend it wholeheartedly. The reviews are a lot of people don't like it. If you're not a Springsteen fan, it's a little dark, a little slow, but I think it was excellent. Second little trivia point I want to make is that we talked about Tunnel of Love. At the beginning, you hear the sound effects of a roller coaster. That roller coaster was at Jenkinson's Pavilion in Point Pleasant. It was a roller coaster I had ridden all during my childhood. It was the one ride we would go to Jenkinson's Pavilion, and we would ride that every single time. And so that brings back so many memories for me.
We're in the kind of the post-show wrap-up. I want to go back to something we started to talk about way back in the beginning. He had no number one hits that he performed. But there was a number one song that he wrote. And Tripp, what was that song?
Two. Blinded by the Light.
Okay.
Fire.
Oh, Fire was a number one hit.
Bruce struggled on the pop charts. I mean, Born to Run was like, I think 23 was the highest position it got. And then there was the fight in court with his first manager, Mike Appel, and that did not allow him to record. And I mean, the record company was having kittens because he couldn't record for a couple of years. But Bruce was a great songwriter, and Manfred Mann, who was they were a hit group in the 60s with Do Wah Diddy and a couple of other songs, came back in 1977 with Blinded by the Light, and it went to number one. And then the following year, the Pointer Sisters did a version of Fire. Bruce performs Fire in concert too, and that went to number one. So Bruce had two number one songs, but as a songwriter, never as a performer. Just remembered the song, and I just remembered the song that kept Bruce out of number one, When Doves Cry by Prince.
Oh,
and
there you go.
As a Bruce Springsteen fan, I despise that song for that reason. It was Bruce was number 2 for 4 weeks and kept out of the number 1 position by When Doves Cry. So,
And another trivia thing too, he also made an appearance as a performer on another number 1 song, 1985.
oh boy.
3, 2, 1. We Are the World.
Oh, everybody was on that one, but
Every,
that was
I think you and I were on that one.
by the way, yeah, true. If you get a chance and you have Netflix, The Nicest Night of Pop is a documentary they released a couple of years ago on that night, and it is just fascinating. And they talk, they interview Huey Lewis, and Huey Lewis had just had a couple of hits. Cyndi Lauper had just had a couple of hits, and they're in rooms with these icons: Stevie Wonder, Bob Dylan, and Quincy Jones, Diana Ross, and of course the other part of it, and let's tie Prince in with this one. Prince, they had asked him, they thought he was going to do it, and he didn't show up. So Huey, they gave his solo to Huey. So that's why Huey was one of the soloists. And Prince called up, I think, at the end of the session and said, I'll come in and do a guitar solo. No, thanks.
We've gone through the list of the highest charting on the Hot 100 songs by Bruce Springsteen, but none of those are really my favorites. I'm just curious, Tripp, what is your 1 or 2 favorite Bruce Springsteen songs of all time?
Dancing in the Dark, because I think that was the song that, again, it was the most popular, and I love that one. I mean, let's face it, I'm always partial to Born to Run. You mentioned his albums. He was very popular on album-oriented rock stations, which were popular in the 70s, a WMMS in Cleveland. In fact, WMMS was one of the markets that broke Bruce nationally. And of course, 4th of July, Sandy, because again, it talks about Freehold. And again, it is an area that I am very, very familiar with. You watch the movie, at the end, you see Jeremy Allen White walking towards this building, which has kind of a bridge over the boardwalk. And that is Convention Hall on the left, and on the right is the Paramount Theater. And the Paramount Theater is one of these old theaters with a balcony.
You mentioned the Paramount Theater, and I'll use this to close out our post-show wrap-up. One of my favorite songs from Bruce Springsteen is actually, I fell in love with it as a video, a YouTube video from the Paramount Theater. It's his live performance of Racing in the Streets. You've been listening to Tripp Rogers and Phil Yale. This is our version of Trippin' Up. Let us know in the comments how many Bruce Springsteen songs you were able to come up with. Consider subscribing to this channel, like. All those things help to build our audience for Trippin' Up. Make sure you check out Tripp Rogers. You can follow him on WTRSradio.com and WRHQ. Did I get it right this time?
Yes, you did.
RHQ 105.3 down there in Savannah, Georgia. Thanks for joining us in this edition of Trippin' Up.